Welcome to Talk Fights. I'm Curtis Biggs. I'm joined by my brother, Adam Biggs. And we're looking forward to the fights coming up on January 16th. It is a fight night. It is UFC on ABC 1. And the main event is Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. It's really a good fight. Max Holloway's kind of on his way down a little bit. He's had those 2 losses to Volkanovski since losing the title.
Which, yeah, both, again, it was, he lost his title to Volkanovski, and then the rematch he lost to him again.
Right.
Which are both tough ones. Most of his losses have come from pretty tough guys. Max Holloway's
absolutely.
fought the who's who, and he's beat a lot of them, too, right?
Well, most of them.
Guys like Frankie Edgar and Jeremy Stevens, Jose Aldo twice.
Definitely.
He's
Ricardo
dominated.
Lamas,
a lot of guys.
Frank Edgar.
Yeah.
Max Holloway has a heck of a resume. There's exactly a who's who guys on there.
And so he's lost to the current champ. I mean, that's
it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Calvin Kattar has, I would say, definitely not the resume that Max Holloway has. This is a big step up for Calvin Kattar.
He's got some similar guys on there: Jeremy Stevens, Ricardo Lamas. There's a few other guys that
But
they have.
none of the marquee guys. The Holloway.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Holloway definitely has a much better resume. His is just stacked with key opponents in the UFC. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he had a loss to Conor McGregor, which was quite a while ago now. I think it was like 2013. He lost to Dustin Poirier, which is, again...
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
It was his only submission losses to Dustin Poirier. Never been stopped, Max Holloway, in any of his 6 losses.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of very exciting fights. Brian Ortega, he absolutely destroyed Ortega.
Definitely.
Just picked him apart. I mean, and Ortega's tough.
Oh, absolutely. That was in Toronto, that fight. As mentioned, it was stopped. It was stopped by Dr. Fazil Rahman, who we actually had on very briefly on an earlier show at one of the PFC events we ran into.
And
we were able to speak to him quickly.
And we run into Dr. Faisal quite often, actually, at the local.
He's always a
when
big
local
part
shows were happening. Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
always been a big part of the local shows.
Definitely. Holloway is very, very tough. He's a difficult opponent for anybody. Is he trying to get back to being in line for a championship shot? I think he is. I think he needs a little more than beating Calvin Kattar to maybe get back on that championship ride. But a couple more wins and he'll be right back in there. As you said, losing twice to the champion, it's not like he's gone down and lost to lesser opponents on lower shows.
Yeah, and Kattar's on his way up. So I mean, you can't discredit him at all. Like I said, he's younger.
I don't think he is younger. I think he's a couple years old.
Sorry. He's newer in the UFC.
Right, that's right. Yep. He's really come into his own the last little while. That win of his or Jeremy Stevens was just fantastic. A brutal elbow knockout. I'd never see Jeremy Stevens be knocked out like that. And Jeremy Stevens is a very tough guy, very hard hitter. That was his biggest win, I think, by far, for Calvin Kattar, was that knockout of Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think Max Holloway wants to feel that kind of stuff right now, especially coming off of a few losses. But he's tough as nails. I think he's going to try to step back and step away, pick apart, and take him down and destroy him like he did Ortega.
Well, I think Holloway does have more tools than Kattar. Kattar's mostly a puncher. Certainly throws some kicks, but he's punches and elbows. He's a very hard striker. They call him the Boston finisher. But Holloway has it all. Holloway's a fantastic boxer, a fantastic kickboxer, great Muay Thai, great jiu-jitsu, great wrestling. I mean, Holloway, and he's very slick.
Well, he does finish a lot of guys, too.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what I'm saying, just because he didn't finish Ortega, Or, well, I mean, he
Did
did,
finish
but I
him.
mean, he didn't put him out cold. That
Right.
doesn't mean he wasn't, like, wrecking him with
Oh,
those
it
shots all
absolutely
night.
was. Absolutely. Some guys you're just not going to knock out.
Yeah.
But you can beat them into submission or beat them to where they're just not able to compete anymore, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's as good as an out cold knockout.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think Holloway's really got to come with his A game here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because Cater's not going to give it to him.
Yep.
Holloway's going to need to be on the top of his game, especially if he does want to make another run at the title. And I think my pick is going to be Holloway is going to end up getting to him, and he's going to stop him in the fourth round, late in the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're definitely right that he needs to get by Cater to get back in title contention. Cater himself is looking at getting in title contention though with a win over Max Holloway.
Well, he said it's a big step up in his.
In competition,
yeah.
in in how well known they are, and in that run to the title. I mean, Holloway's just off being the champion.
Yeah.
A win over Holloway, Volkanovski could be next for Calvin Cater. If,
Well,
he
that's
puts on a
the
good
name
showing.
he's going to use to make his campaign for
Definitely.
the title, right? I mean,
I think that certainly Cater knows that, and he's going to be as motivated and as in shape, as prepared as he's been for any fight. I'm going to predict that Calvin Cater beats Max Holloway in decision.
yeah,
I don't see him finishing him. You know, the Boston finisher, I don't think he's going to be able to get to Max Holloway that good this time. Holloway is very durable. As we said,
Yeah.
he's never been stopped, and considering the guys that he's fought, is amazing.
yeah, absolutely.
But I do think he's going to be a bit slower than he has been in the past, and maybe a bit dejected even after coming off those two losses from Volkanovski.
Yeah,
Is that going to make him train harder, or is that going to make him
kill his motivation.
absolutely?
I don't know. Max Holloway seems to me like a guy that's going to go back in the gym and work harder and come
Yeah.
back. Again, it's not like we're thinking, oh, Holloway's chin's done. He's going to get knocked
No,
out.
that's right.
It's
He
not,
hasn't
that's not
knocked
the
out
case.
cold. I
That's
agree
not
with
the
that.
case. He's not one of those fighters that's gone too far. Yeah, he's had a couple losses, and he has had some losses to very top competition.
Yeah,
but he's
no
also
doubt.
beat top competition, and he's worked his way up.
We actually saw him fight Anthony Pettis in Toronto when he won his interim title. It was fantastic. It was a great show. It was a great fight, great performance put on by Max Holloway.
Always
That's
is.
where he
It
really
always
broke
is.
out to be a star. Was winning the championship.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Well, and Pettis, yeah, I don't even know if we mentioned Pettis when we were talking about the people that he's beaten, right?
He's
like-
I mean, he's got a who's who.
Yeah, his
He's got
resume,
one of the
his
best
resume is
resumes
spectacular.
in the UFC for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think Cater is going to get to Holloway, not get to him, but beat him. He's going to be able to take it to him
Yeah.
for 5 rounds. I expect a lot of punches, a lot of kicks, and I expect a lot of pressure from Calvin Cater.
yeah. I was thinking almost the same thing from Holloway, that he's
Yeah.
got to get on it. Like I said, he's got to stick and move. He's got to not eat those hard shots from Cater. And like Kurt said, this fight's got a lot of implications for both of their careers.
Absolutely.
Whether it's going up or going down. I think if Holloway does lose this, I think it makes it that much tougher for him to get back on the right track.
This is a bad loss for him if he
Yeah.
doesn't get Cater.
And like I said, and the ones to Volk in the championship, okay, it is what it is. But like I said, now he's got to come back in, work harder, and either way, I think it should be fireworks.
Well, I mean, where he was headlining, pay-per-views. He was a champion. He's the biggest fight on the card, and he's still headlining. But now he's headlining a fight night. It's definitely a step down.
Yeah. Oh,
Fighting
yeah.
a guy like Calvin Hader is definitely a step down from fighting the #1 champion.
Yeah.
But as I think he is on his way down. I think this is going to be not the end of Max Holloway, but I think we're going to see a much more beatable Max Holloway than we
Sort of
had in
like
the past.
Ferguson seems to have become
No doubt.
now, right? Taking
No
a few
doubt.
losses in a row there,
Yeah.
and now he doesn't seem to be, the guy that everybody thought he was before. And he never did get that gold, right?
That's right.
At least Holloway had his time to shine up at the top, right?
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
we're not saying it's over. Obviously,
Right, that's right. And for neither guy, no doubt. And I'm not saying that Holloway's done, but I do expect him to lose. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the best of the Boston finisher.
Well, it should be good either way. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, it should be a good one. See you at the fights. All right.
Yes.
My secret power is fatness. You knew it. Oh, throwing gloves, dirty